Hello and welcome back guys to a new devlog on my RPG game series. Make sure to watch the other devlogs before this one, there will be the links in the description. So I searched more in the internet and I found a lot of new game assets that I got. From trees to different environment items as you can see from itch.io, because I needed to start working on the new map which will represent the first map. I already made a prototype in the first devlog, but that was just for testing. I started working on it and this is how the final result was looking like. As you can see, you have all this space where the player can move. Here I can add another type of shop, and finally here we have the different dungeons that the player can explore. I wanted to give the map more life and more visual attraction, so I added some dropping leaves in the map and I set up the animation and the script to control that. And now we have a nice looking dropping leaves all around the map that generates randomly, and I can go around. For now the dungeons are still empty, but we can take a tour around the map. Here we have a waterfall. I might add fishing feature in the future. And here is the second dungeon. Those signs will contain information about the current one, for example the type of enemies, the recommended level, etc. To complete the map I had to think about how I'm going to approach the dungeons, how is it going to work, what type of enemies are there, which is actually really challenging to come up with a fun experience. Well, luckily the first package assets that I got had a character that suits the forest environment, looking like a log. I set up the animation for idling, walking and attacking, and now the enemy can move and we can kill it. I started designing the first dungeons that will be accessible from the forest and will contain the enemies, and this is how it's looking so far. So it's like different rooms, some are open and others require opening some doors. As I said earlier, you can now access it from the forest and teleports you. As you can see, the first room is empty, and as soon as I get to the next one, the enemies start spawning. As you can see now, I have 6 enemies that I have to defeat. As soon as the player beats them, he receives a key that only works on a specific door. He can't use it on this one. If the player goes to the other door, a button E shows up showing that he has the key for that specific one. After beating the enemies, here the player receives the golden key for the other room where the boss is, but for now we still don't have a boss, just an empty room. Since I started making the game, I always thought about more mobility to the player, so I wanted to add a dashing mechanics which ended up looking like this. Of course it shouldn't be spammed like this, so I set up a timer for now 10 seconds just for testing, but for the actual game it will be much longer. As you can see, as soon as the timer reaches 0 seconds, the player can dash again. To complete the first dungeon, I added a new worm enemy to represent the boss that I found online, and I changed a bit the look of the room and I developed the enemy AI. So now the worm go left and right and shoot fire projectiles at random timings, and if I dodge some of them, the worm gets stunned and I can't damage it. The red part for the worm is still missing, I will add it in the next devlog, and as soon as I beat the enemy, a chest shows up that doesn't contain anything for now, it just disappears. That was all the progress made during this period. I hope you enjoyed this video. There will be more devlogs in the future, so make sure to subscribe and leave a like, and maybe comment down below if you have any suggestions to add to the game. Thank you for watching and peace out.